So I just got off a call tonight with my Crypto and DeFi Academy, and I was reminding them of this concept called resistance. Have you heard of this concept? It's a concept I borrowed from an author named Steven Pressfield, who wrote a book called The War of Art. And I quoted him on my TED Talk back in 2015. And this is important to you for a variety of reasons, because resistance is anything that prevents us from accomplishing our goals. Anything. And here's the thing about resistance. It's directly proportional to the size of our goal. So if you're trying to do something big with your life, like get sober, get fit, create a business, have a loving relationship, guess what? The world's going to throw at you massive amounts of resistance that are proportional to a lofty goal. If you got a bullshit goal like taking a nap or getting a coffee or reading an inspirational quote, you're not going to get any resistance because it's not hard to do. So the world's going to throw you resistance when you have these grand goals to see what you're going to do. Now, most of us get all emotional about resistance. Oh, my wife or husband doesn't support me. Oh, I got injured and I can't train. Oh, the government doesn't give me the money I need to start my business. Or, lockdown stopped me, blah, blah, blah. And you quit. You quit like a little victim, and you don't ever reach your goals, and you always have an excuse. And hell, these days on social media, everybody loves a victim, don't they? So everyone hugs you and pats your head and says everything's going to be okay, and it's the man's fault. It's always the man's fault somehow, right? But you're missing the point, because when we see resistance, everyone in my academy, we realize that it's the world secretly asking us, how bad do you want this? How bad do you want it, motherfucker? Are you all talk? Or are you really going to go get it? Because this is rarefied air you're talking about. Not everybody can have a business or be chiseled or have a loving relationship or have an impactful podcast or movement. And it's not for everybody. It's for the top 1%, maybe less. And the world is saying, how bad do you want it? If you want it bad enough, you're going to find a way to get through this resistance. And then you can have all the wins you want. And so what we teach in my academy and what I teach in all my courses is that we don't get emotional about resistance. That's the problem most people have. They get all emotional and all upset, and my friends never support me and my family never supports me. Here's the news. Your friends and family will never support your crazy ideas. They never will. They actually like you and need you to play it safe and to go along, because they're worried that if you get successful, that you won't be their friends anymore. You won't hang out with them, and you probably won't. So they always like you to play small. And that's the thing. You have to start getting comfortable, not getting emotional about this resistance, and understanding that it's all part of the process that hones you and forges you into what you want to be. There's a great line from the movie Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee, where they go to Han's Island, right? All the fighters go to Han's Island. I love this movie, watched it hundreds of times. And Han looks at all the fighters, and these are fighters from all over the world, Bruce Lee and the American dude and all the crazy dudes. And he said, we forge our bodies in the fires of our will. Think about that. We forge our bodies in the fires of our will. I would say you forge your future in the fire of your will. So you are being forged, which means you're being beaten and you're being heated to all these temperatures to see if you can make it. Can you really forge yourself into a great entrepreneur, into a great husband or father, into a great leader, into a great broadcaster? And if you can, then you can handle the heat in the kitchen, baby doll. And if you can't, then you're going to go run off and go cry home to mommy and go on Twitter and say you're a victim of blah, blah, blah. And everyone will pat you on the back, but they're not going to pay you, are they? They're not going to listen to your stuff. They're not going to buy your book. They're going to have a little sympathy for you, but deep down, they don't respect you, and you're never going to be anything. And so my lesson for today is realize resistance is a part of life. It comes in equal proportions with the size of your goals. And when you find it, don't get emotional about it. Remember, all your friends and family are going to say you can't do it. That's resistance. It's your job to prove them right. Why would they believe you? You've never shown them that you can accomplish anything in your life. Why would they believe this crazy BS this time? Show them. And once you show them, then they'll come back and say, and this is what they said about London Real with me, because my friends and family thought I was crazy for years. Once you do it, they come back and say, Brian, I always knew you were going to make it. I always knew you had something special. I always knew that was a great idea. I always knew it would be successful. And I just smile and I laugh. And deep down inside, all of us entrepreneurs and all of us rebels, we just look at him and say, you're so full of shit, but I love you anyways. because we know that we had to go it alone into that resistance to create something beautiful and meaningful in this world that gives something back. And we silently smile to ourselves, and we don't say shit. We say, thank you very much, I appreciate that support. And that's what it is, man. Remember, a professional makes it look easy. It never is, but a professional makes it look easy, and that's your job, and that's the game we play. That's the game we play. So if you want to get in on some of this knowledge that you want me to drop on you, it took me 50 years to get it, then let me know, all right? DM me over on Instagram at The Real Brian Rose. This is the kind of stuff I'll be dropping in my upcoming Life Accelerator course, where I'm doing personal mentoring. Just a small group of people who want to become badasses, people that are tired of making excuses, and I want people that are angry. Yeah, you heard me right. I want people that are angry. They look at themselves in the mirror and say, what the fuck? How come you haven't done more? How come you haven't done the things you said you were going to do? There's only so much time left. You're going to be in the grave soon, 6 feet under. What will you have done? A whole lot of nothing. So let's get after it. So get angry, contact me, and let's do some big things. All right? Shall we? Let's do it.